Hi and welcome. You're joining me playing Euro Fishing. My name's Native Zero. This is a new game from Dovetail. Fantastic carp and boar simulation. I'm a key angler myself, so I was very interested to see this game. So today we're heading off to St John's Lake, one of my favourite fishing locations on this game. I'm sure there's many more lakes to come, but for the moment, especially for carp, this is one of my favourite lakes. So as you see, my tackle box number 2, I've set up a 3-rod system, and you can see all my tackle. I haven't unlocked all the tackle, but for this instance I'll be using the size 8 blowback hook. This is an all-rounder. You can use them in many locations and certainly will bring you plenty of carp in. I really do like this game. It really does immerse you into the world of fishing. Certainly the best simulator fishing game around. There's not really many others that can really compete. I remember back in the day I used to play a game by Matt Hayes. It was very much lure fishing, a bit like the Sega bass fishing. So here we are on St John's Lake. You'll see all these waypoints. I've only really spent time on one swim. You'll see I've highlighted the green waypoint, and then just in front of that is the swim I tend to spend all my time on this lake. I will go to other swims, but for now this will do. You'll see from another video I'll put up later on, I've got a lovely surprise from the swim. So, after claiming the peg, choose your bait. As I said, I'm using the size 8 blowback hook. I tend to use whatever bait. I don't think it really ultimately matters. And then I tend to cast around about 30 to 40 yards out, just out in front of me, all 3 rods spread evenly. You'll see I've landed in silt. Now to chuck out my second rod, I just checked my inventory. You can see the first rod I used double sweet corn. Now I'm using, it's an 8mm dumbbell. So straight away I'm into a fish, but I just put down my second rod, pick up the rod that the run is on, and simply start reeling. There's no actual strike in this game, which I thought was a bit strange at first. You'll see that there's a clutch adjustment. I've actually got it too low at this point. You'll see in a minute. I suddenly realise, and there you go. Put up to around about 22. I quite like it 22. Once you start going past 30, you start getting struggling. Possible. You often snap the line. So what have we got here? Ooh, quite a nice carp. This is a £20 common. So I simply release, and then we'll hopefully get all 3 rods out. So as I got the first rod, I'll cast again around about the 30 to 40 yard mark. You see about 37 yards. Back on the silt. I've left the drag at 24. Pick up my second rod. So this one will be straight out in front of me. This has got the 8mm dumbbell. Again, I've forgotten to set drag. It's probably worth setting the drag before you cast. Again, just put it around about 22, be fine. So this is on 30 yards again on the silt, but I've got the all-round size 8 blowback hook, so it can go onto any bottom where it's weed, gravel or silt. So the next rod we'll shove on a slightly larger 12mm dumbbell. Again to the right. Once again you'll see I haven't actually set the drag there, but once we get the fish on you'll see I'll adjust the drag. Again it's on silt, it's all silt there. If you go roughly around the 50 yard mark, then you'll get into the gravel. It actually goes shallower, so there's a nice gravel bar there. I haven't actually spent any time fishing on it. And what might put most people off is the idea of waiting around for ages. On this particular lake, especially single player mode, you don't really have to wait too long, especially if you're using the right setup. As I said, anything size 8 hook upwards, that's quite a key point. And obviously if you're fishing on weed, use a suitable rig for weed, gravel for gravel, silt for silt. That's why I use an all-rounder. Tends to generally do well in all situations. I think if you're going for the boss fish, you might have to specialise. So here we have a spod rod. Some people say it doesn't really make a difference. I find, I don't know, it gives me confidence. I like it, especially if you cast fairly accurately to where your bait is. It can be quite tricky to cast in mechanics in this game, but once you get used to it, it's fine. So you see they've casted, allowed the spod basically to do its thing. You'll see a patch of where the bait's dropped out around my hook area. Doesn't take too long, and then you can simply reel it in. before I have a chance to actually reel in the spot rod, my alarm's gone off again. So I simply put it down, pick up the third rod, which is what the carp's on, and start reeling. And you'll see that my drag's at 12%. It's actually, you can still have the fish on, but you've got to be careful, because if it's too slack for too long, they'll just simply spit out the hook. So I've got a mouse, so I use my scroller wheel to move up to around 24, below 30 basically. You can, if I need to put a bit more effort in, I'll put it above 30. But these carp tend to suddenly run, and if you're above 30 you can often snap the line. I quite like the way the carp fight in this game. I think it's very realistic. Nice bend in the rods. I'm only using £15 line, so you can struggle to bring it in. Obviously, if you go to more the £20 mark, these sort of size fish are no problem whatsoever. Especially, I mean, I think the weight goes up to about £98 in this lake, so we've got some great catfish in this lake. You'll see in my next video, a rather nice surprise on that species actually. So you see it's quite an exciting fight, quite aggressive, these carp. Again, it's quite realistic. It really does immerse you in a lot of fishing, which I really like. It's got some great scenery backgrounds, noises of all the nature, and the graphics are not bad, really nice. You'll know when the carp is done fighting, it basically goes to the side. Now my other rod has gone off, but don't worry about it, simply concentrate on one fish at a time. Should be right. Here we've got a lovely mirror. I'll quickly release it and then pick up the second rod. Yeah, the second rod. And simply reel it in. So as you can see, the action's pretty fast. You don't have to really wait for too long. Again, it's all down to whether you've got the right end tackle on. I tend to like all baits. Certain boss fish prefer certain bait. I found, because I've actually caught the small plated boss fish on here twice in fact, and that was on boilie. Again, I tend to put the spod rod out. Whether or not that makes the difference, I don't know, but I feel it has, especially catching it twice, and both times was after I spotted a bit of mix on there. So just like real life, I would be careful when you're fighting these fish. If they tend to get into the banks or the reeds, they can actually spit out the hook, which is, again, is a great feature. They really have tried to simulate coarse carp fishing to a T. Again, it really helps with the immersion of the game. I've played the game quite a lot now. I'm pretty addicted to this game. Whether or not that's because I'm a carp angler, probably does help. But even if you're not a carp angler, I really think there's something for everyone with this game. It may even make you want to go out carp, of course, and fishing for real. As you see, my first rod has gone off. Don't worry about it. Just concentrate on the one that you're playing. Sometimes they can, unfortunately, if you're taking so long on your rod, it will spit out the hook, but it's not a problem. Because you never know what you've got on the end of your current line. You could actually have a boss fish. So I'd always just simply play the fish, and if you have a rod, still going, simply pick it up. There you go, so this fish is ready. Simply put it in there, put it in. It's lovely, yeah, lovely common. Again, I'll release it. We'll pick up the first rod. This fish is still on. Play that and see what we got. So yeah, you've got to be careful of the reeds here. Again, they can really get stuck in there, then they'll eventually spit out your hook. So I'd always put a good bit of tension on. Try and persuade them to come out. Again, it's all that realistic feel to it, which I really like about the game. Nice carp. It's a nice little small mirror. Really do like the graphics of the carp. The detail's fantastic. The shine of the water, etc. It's brilliant. So thank you for watching. I'll be putting up plenty more videos to come. If you've got any specific questions, then simply put them in the comments and I'll try and answer them. Or if you've got any requests, any lakes, any type of fish, I'll be more than happy to put some videos up. The next video you'll actually see some fantastic action, some a lot bigger carp, as I've got enough TPs now to unlock some large size hooks, which then enables me to get into the large size fish. So thank you for watching. My name's Native Zero. Hope to see you soon.